Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So I've got a fun little reading for you today, although it's more than just fun. It does have some great information in it for you. But we are looking at your next new love. We're going to see how, where, and when you will meet, and any advice that Spirit has for you when that time comes around. So I have 3 readings for you, 3 cards. Group 1, your card is Peacock Spirit. And I'll just hold that up there for you. The words underneath it says, let it shine. Peacock Spirit. That's group 1. Group 2, your card is Dolphin Spirit. And it says, this and that are true. Dolphin Spirit, group 2. And group 3, the card is Cat Spirit. Claim your independence. Cat Spirit. That's group 3. All right, so go ahead, pick your card, pick your animal, pick your group. Go down into the description box, click on the timestamp for the video you want to watch, and it will take you straight to your reading. All right, thanks y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group 1. All right, so today we're going to take a look at your next new love and how, where, and when you're going to meet them. All right, so your initial card is the Peacock Spirit, and it also says on there, let it shine. Let me see what Spirit wants to tell you about this card. This card in some way represents your person, so let's find out what. Okay, they're telling me that the next person, your next new person, relationship, however you want to look at it, your next new love, is going to have a very big personality. Maybe a little bit showy, very good dresser, attractive. They're saying attractive in their own way. They're saying that your person will have some unique quirks about them. Quirks that make them special and stand out from the crowd. This is someone who will be very popular. They're a social person. They like to be around other people. People find them to be outgoing, charismatic, friendly, a good talker. They do well socially. They're well liked. Their Spirit saying they're looking for someone who is, how do you want me to say that? They're looking for someone who likes them for who they are, for their own true personality, for who they are on the inside, not just how they look or who they know. That kind of thing. They're wanting to find someone who can see past that and see their inner self and find the beauty there. Okay, lovely. All right, well, let's set that up there and let's get a few cards and see how, where, and when you can expect to meet this person. So your first card is the 7 of Wands reversed. Then we have Knight of Wands reversed. 5 of Pentacles. And one more as an advice card for you. And we have the Star card reversed. All right. Okay, give me just a second. I want to take these tarot cards in, and I'm going to listen for any initial messages they may have for you. And then we'll talk through these one at a time, okay? Just give me 1 second, y'all. They're telling me that this person who's coming into your life wants to be in a relationship, wants to be part of a couple, wants someone to be a part of their life and vice versa. They want to be a part of someone else's life. They're not looking for something superficial. They've had enough of that, is what I'm hearing. Of the casual fling, the very surface kind of relationships. They want something with more meat in the sandwich. Interesting way of saying it. And that's, of course, where you come in. They're going to see you as someone who has more depth to them, who is more interesting, actually, than some of the other people they have been with or dated or met. Okay, so let's look at the cards. Your first card is the Seven of Wands reversed. This represents the how. How are you going to meet this person? So bear with me. They're hold on. Okay, they're telling me that this person will find you. Okay. They're telling me to flip this over and explain where they're going with this. So, this person is, this would represent your person, kind of, pushing people away, meeting the wrong people, not getting rid of, but not falling for the wrong people, sort of pushing them away. In reverse, they're going to allow, interesting, okay, they're going to allow you to show up in their life, but they will be the one to approach you. You'll meet in unusual circumstances, they said, when there isn't a lot of other people around. They do tend to be around people when they are out and about, even when they're home. They have a lot of people in their life. And so they do tend to be around people, go places where there are people. But they're going to find you when really there's no one else around, or it's not the typical social situation that they are familiar with. You will show up and they'll find you. They'll approach you. You might see them also. You may even see them first. They're going to make the move. They're going to come towards you because there's going to be something about you that they see as different. They see as different from all the other people they've kind of had to push away. So Spirit's just saying, just allow that, You won't necessarily be looking for it. It will be somewhere more quiet. Someplace without a lot of distraction. Where this person will notice you and somehow be able to get a sense of you from afar. And it will pique their interest. Interesting. Okay, so the when, and the where. We talked a little bit about the where there as well. But with the Knight of Wands reversed, again, they're saying it'll be somewhere quiet. It'll be somewhere where there's not a lot going on. There's not a lot of distraction, not a lot of noise, not a lot of people. Won't be a lot of coming and going. The Knight of Wands is notorious for coming in at a flash and leaving in a flash, and not always paying attention to the disruptions they cause. So in reverse, this is a quieter place. Spirit's saying it's not a typical place where you would meet someone or where you would expect to be approached by someone. And it's almost like this person tiptoes in, not literally, but they do sort of watch you and kind of size you up. And I'm not talking physically. They size up your energy to get a sense of who you are. And they may not even think in those terms, but that's what they're doing. They're giving me a sense, this may be somewhere outdoors, but it will be a place where there's not a lot going on. For a few of you, it will be indoors. They're showing me like a bookstore or a library. But for most of you, it will be somewhere in nature, in some way, outside. Okay. But it will definitely be somewhere quiet, without a lot of disruptions, without a lot of people. Okay. So the when, it's always the big question. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, the first thing they said to me is when you are ready. They're telling me you're not actually ready yet. Not now. But you will be. Right now you're feeling your loneliness. And it can get pretty acute sometimes. It can feel very sharp sometimes to you. And of course you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be lonely. But Spirit's saying part of you isn't ready to give that up yet. Isn't ready to be a part of a couple. Isn't ready to meet someone new. Isn't ready for that change in your life yet. You will get to that point, and that's when this person will show up. You can speed that up if you want by, allowing your own energy to change. But there is no hurry. Spirit's not saying you need to hurry up and do this. Some feelings evolve in their own time and naturally. And when you're tired of being alone, truly tired of being alone and ready to be with somebody who's really going to want to be in your life, that's when they'll show up. So there you go. That's the how, the where, and the when. So, advice from Spirit. We have the Star card reversed. They're saying don't lose hope, number 1. Your person is out there, and the timing will line up at exactly the right moment for both of you. When your person is ready, when you are ready. So don't give up hope. Allow yourself to believe. And allow yourself to be optimistic about it. It starts on the inside. This change in trusting that love is possible and that relationships can be good. Whether this is forever or not, I don't know. But it will be good. And it will be good for you. So they're encouraging you to trust and believe in that and to allow that change to happen within you, starting on the inside, starting with your heart and your mind. Allow it to change the habit that you've had or the record that's been playing that tells you that relationships are a problem, that, they go wrong, that this, that, whatever. You've gotten to a place where you may not wholly believe in another person being able to add anything to your life. But they can. And it's not that you need someone, because you are perfectly capable and you're even good at being alone. So you don't need anyone. But once you decide you do want someone in your life, and you're ready for it, and it comes from a place of not being needy and not being cynical, not clinging to bad experiences in the past, but just allowing someone to come into your life and just add joy, that's when it'll happen. So they're just encouraging you to stay optimistic, stay positive, and allow that change to happen within you. And then your person will show up. Your peacock will show up. All right, group 1, thank you. I hope that helps. Hope it gives you just a little taste of what's to come in your love life. And thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your comments. I do read them all and I appreciate them. So thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2. Okay, we're going to take a look at your next new love and see how, where, and when you'll meet. So let's look at your initial card. Okay, your initial card is Dolphin Spirit, and it says, this and that are true. Okay, Dolphin Spirit. So in some way, this card represents your person. So give me just a sec. I want to hear what Spirit has to say. The first word they're giving me is playful. This person has a very good sense of humor. They love kids. They may even work with kids, but they don't necessarily, or they may already have kids or may want them. But they do have a love of children, and they have a little bit of a childlike spirit to them. Not immature, not juvenile, but just this lovely, nice, childlike joy about them. Really nice. Okay. They are a talker. They do like to talk a lot. There'll never be a loss of conversation. They do enjoy being social, getting out, doing things, meeting people, doing things together, and meeting up with other people as well. They're telling me that this person, yes, they have a childlike spirit to them. Yes, they're very social and they can be, a chatter. They like to talk. But there's also a deep side to them as well. If you know this about dolphins, they can jump up out of the water and ride along the surface, but they can also go quite deep. And this person has a deep side to them as well. They've been through some heartache. They've been through some pain. They've turned it around in their life, but they do understand what that feels like. So there's more than meets the eye. And most people who meet them don't see that, but you will. And they will love that about you, that you will see the real them underneath the surface, beyond what they show to the world. Not that that isn't them, it is. There's just more to them than that. Okay? All right, leave that there, and let's get some tarot cards and see how, where, and when you'll meet them. All right, first card is the Death card. Then we have Six of Cups reversed. And the Hierophant reversed. One more as your advice card. Right, and the advice from Spirit is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. All right, give me just a second. I want to take these cards in. I'm going to listen for some initial messages from Spirit for you, and then we'll talk about these one at a time. Okay, so hold on one sec, y'all. All right, they're telling me that you're going to, This person will show up in your life under unconventional circumstances, and I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more here at the cards. They're telling me you're going to believe that they're one thing when you meet them, but then they'll turn out to be something else. It's not a lie. They're not lying to you. It's nothing like that. It's like mistaken identity or a misunderstanding. But that's interesting. They're saying it will give you a good laugh later. When you're in the relationship and you're talking about how you met and this and that, it will be a point of laughter. It will be a funny story that you'll tell, because it will be kind of funny. There's something funny about it. This person's going to bring a lot of joy to your life, a lot of joy, and a lot of understanding and compassion as well. They are more than meets the eye, for sure. And what I'm hearing is that you want that, and you need that. You need someone who is the whole package, really. Okay, lovely. Okay, so how will you meet them? We have the Death card here. Let me hear what Spirit wants to say about this. Okay. They're telling me, okay, there's some sort of ending related to how you're going to meet. Hold on. It's one of you is going to be, again, because this isn't a private reading, it's a general reading, I'm going to give a few examples so that you understand what I mean by ending. I'm going to give you the examples they're giving me. One of you may be leaving your job and you meet that way. For example, you're leaving your job and someone else is coming in and you have to train them. And you see this person. Or you're moving from an apartment or a home and this person is somehow involved in that ending, or vice versa, they're moving or they're leaving the job. It doesn't have to be those two examples, but it is something that it's like a part of your life is coming to an end, and that's when they step in. They step into something that has to do with that circumstance. It's not just that it happens after a big ending or something like along those lines, because we're not talking about the when, we're talking about the how. They're going to be a part of this ending in some way. So it could be job related, it could be have something to do with a move, a particular situation where you need someone else's help to bring this ending to a close. So, and you may not know what that is right now. That's the truth. But they will be involved in some way. But again, there will be something that has to do with mistaken identity or a misunderstanding where you confuse them to be someone that they're not, or vice versa. They confuse you to be someone that you are not. They're telling me it won't be the happiest of circumstances when you meet them. Not that it's sad or upsetting necessarily. It may be, could possibly be, I don't know. Again, the loss of a job. Could be something sad or upsetting. Not that this is a prediction that something sad or upsetting is coming to you. It's not it at all. But it could just be, for example, if you're moving. Could be very stressful. Could be a day when you're just having a bad day. It won't be happy circumstances around you, or around them when you meet. It will be a trying moment. And in some way, they're going to be able to help. It's almost like they come in and save the day in some way. They find a way to do something. And what Spirit is just showing me now is that it could be, in your home, something goes wrong, your heater goes out, your air conditioning goes out, there's a leak, I don't know, could be any number of things. And this person is able to help you. They may not be the person you thought they were when they offer to help, but they will be able to help. So whatever the circumstance is, there's some sort of ending, something that begins and something that ends. There's an ending of some kind. And it won't be the happiest of circumstances around you. But they will bring some relief and even some joy to the day, where it may have otherwise been stressful or whatever. Okay? In some way, they're going to help you bring something to a close. Okay. Okay. Spirit saying they can't give us very specific details because number one, it's not a private personal reading, but also some things need to be left unsaid. But you will look back and realize, if you remember this reading after you meet this person, you'll look back and go, oh, yep, that's what it was. The point of this reading isn't so that you are able to, unless they tell you otherwise, to know the circumstances and find this person under those circumstances. It's just to give you an idea of what's coming. All right, so the where, we have the Six of Cups reversed. Okay, they're telling me that it will be somewhere where you are away from family. And maybe you're away from family all the time. But if not, if you normally have family nearby or in your home, but certainly nearby, it will be further away than you normally are on a day-to-day basis. Or it could be work-related, as long as you're not working from home. But it will be somewhere, it'll either be at work or it'll be somewhere where you are a distance from your home or your family. Again, they're saying it won't be a typical circumstance. So it won't be a typical day at work or a typical day doing whatever. It will be very atypical. It will be a unique situation that rarely happens. And you'll be able to point at it and laugh about it later. Because it will be very funny. It will be a good story to tell because it will seem so bizarre the way you met and where you met and under the circumstances in which you met. It will be away from your home though. Okay. The home where you live now. So if you're moving and it has something to do with the move, it will be at the new place. Or near the new place. It'll be further away from where you currently reside, where your family is, if those are not the same, or where you usually go. Okay? Or it will be at your work. Okay. So when we have the Hierophant reversed, what do you want to say about the when? Well, first they're saying it will be out of the blue, that they'll show up. Unconventional circumstances, yes, they're repeating that. They're saying it will be after a full moon. It will be after a full moon and before a new moon. So if you're aware of the moon cycles, every month you have a full moon, and then 2 weeks later you have a new moon, and 2 weeks later you have another full moon. It goes like that. So it will be between those two. It will not be on a Sunday. It's an interesting thing to say. Oh, I guess because the Hierophant sometimes represents church or religion. They're saying it won't be during typical hours of operation, particularly if you're working or if you're utilizing a business of some sort. It will be after hours, before or after. So it will be between a full moon and the new moon, after hours of some sort for typical businesses. And it will be on a weekday. Yeah, on a weekday. They're saying not even Saturday. It's no Saturday or Sunday. Anything else? They're giving me the number 7. They're saying it will change depending on the person. It will vary. 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. That's it. They're not saying it's not 7 years. 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. So look at that. Okay. The advice for you is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They're saying don't be stubborn. Okay. When you meet someone new, something is going awry, right? You're not having the best day for some reason. When something goes wrong, as you know, it does in our daily lives sometimes, avoid digging your heels in and getting stubborn. You're still going to meet this person. You just might regret your attitude later, because it won't be the impression you will have wanted to make later. Once you know this person, you'll say, "Oh, I wish I'd have made a better impression," or "I wish I'd have handled that better." So that's not how you think of it. They're saying just try to be a little bit lighter. Be flexible when things go wrong, because you never know exactly when, right? This person will show up. They're saying consider every tricky situation to be the potential for that day, that person, and treat it with a lightness, and treat them with a lightness and a flexibility, and be open for change. Be open to change, because there will be some misunderstanding and some sort of mistake, but this person having this playful, friendly personality, they may step in to help in some way, and you may assume they're the mechanic or they're the movers or whatever it may be, but they're not. Or you may assume that they're not the mover and say this or that, and it turns out they are. So the lighter you can be, the less judgmental, the less kind of a stick in the mud, not that you are, but that's what they're telling me. The less stubborn you are, the happier you'll be with yourself later. It won't change the outcome, but it will just change how you feel about how you handled it later. Interesting. All right, group 2. Well, that's a fun reading, I think. I hope you find that helpful. It gives you a little bit of a peek into the future. And I want to just thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting my channel and just watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing. All of those things not only help me, but it also helps these videos get out to others who may need some of these messages themselves. So I'm very grateful for you. All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. All right. We are going to take a look at your next new love and see how, where, and when you're going to meet them. All right. So your initial card is Cat Spirit. And it says, claim your independence, Cat Spirit. So something about this card represents your person. So give me just a second. I want to hear what Spirit has to say. Okay. They're telling me that your person is very independent, a little bit of a loner. They do spend a lot of time alone, and they are alone most of the time. And it suits them just fine. They can be social. They get along well with other people, but then they need their downtime, kind of to get away from it all sometimes. They're telling me that this person is a bit of a night person. You know, people are either a morning person or a night person, evening person. They're a little bit more of a night person, a night owl, I guess you would call it, night cat. They're not an early bird, no. They're saying they can even get a little grouchy or first thing in the morning, a little grouchy first thing. But they don't have a grouchy personality. They're saying they're quite soft, quite cuddly, quite loving. They will show their affection. They're easy to show affection. You'll always know where you stand with them. It's like they wear their emotions on their sleeves. I guess much like a cat does, right? When a cat is happy, you know it. When a cat loves you, you know it. When a cat needs love, you know it. When they're ticked off, you know it also. There's no games, no, pretending or playing at anything. They're very much what they appear to be. And nothing hiding, under the surface. Not to say that they aren't deep. They do have a deep side to them. They're saying they can be quite conscious of other people's pain, suffering, their hurts. And a lot of animals are, especially like our pets. They know when we're hurting. They know when we are suffering or in pain. This person will also. This person does. But they don't hide it. They are, they're very open about their feelings. Yeah. And they are a night person. We said that. They do actually even have a playful side to them. So there are a lot of little aspects about them. I guess there are about everybody, right? None of us are one-dimensional. But it gives you a little sense of, I guess, who they are, what they're like. All right, so let's get some tarot cards down and see how, where, and when you will meet this person. They were just telling me that your person is also a bit of a watcher, meaning they will often, in situations, sit back and watch what other people do, how they do it, what a situation is like, how things unfold. They watch things, and that's how they learn before they jump in. They're not someone who will jump into a situation without sort of stepping back and assessing it first. Okay, interesting. They're very attentive and detail oriented. They pay a lot of attention to what's going on around them. Interesting. Very thoughtful. They're also a good listener, Spirit is saying. They're a very good listener. Okay. All right, your first card is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And let me just shuffle some more for the others. Okay. Then we have the King of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And one more card that's an advice card for you. Okay. And your advice card is the Five of Cups reversed. Okay. Make sure you can see all these. All right, so I'm just going to take these cards in, listen for some initial messages from Spirit for you, and then we'll go through these one at a time. So hold on one second. They're telling me your person will find you, so you can know that. But they will watch you ahead of time, not in a creepy way. Don't worry. But they'll see you somewhere or meet you, and they will just sort of pay attention to what you're like. Kind of, take it all in before they decide to ask you out. And Spirit's saying they will be the one to ask you out, unless you decide to jump the gun. But that's how they're telling me it will play out. It's like you may meet, or they will see you, and it will be as if they disappear. You won't notice them around, but they will be. Not in a stalkerish way. I know how that sounds. It's not in a stalkery way. It's just they'll happen to be in the same vicinity, and you won't notice them being there, but they will notice you. You'll catch their eye over and over again. And it's like each time they see you, they learn something new about you in some way. And they get more and more intrigued until they finally can't stand back and not introduce themselves, get to know you better, talk to you, ask you out, all that. Interesting. Okay. So let's start with your first card. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This is the how. It will be slow. Again, what Spirit was saying is they will take their time. Getting to know you from afar. So they won't come too close. They will move very slowly. You will meet them first. Could be just briefly, could just be, maybe you're in line at the coffee shop, or, could be anything. You do meet them briefly for a few seconds even, it could just be, or you're introduced, but then they disappear, you disappear, you probably forget about them, they haven't forgotten about you, and they keep almost running into you, they keep noticing you, and realizing more and more about you. In good ways. They really like what they see as they notice you interact with other people or doing whatever it is you do. It will be slow to come, meaning from the moment you meet them to when they finally approach you and ask you out. It will take some time. They will move very slowly. Let's see how. That's it. Okay. All right. So there you go. A little bit of the how. The where. We've got the King of Wands. They're telling me that the way it will be somewhere where there is a lot going on. Somewhere busy. Where people come and go. Things change very quickly. It could be a restaurant, a bar, like I said, a coffee shop, a store. It could just be a square in town, where there's lots of people coming and going. It's almost like it's somewhere where no 2 seconds there are the same. It's constantly changing in some way. Could be indoors or outdoors. It could be either way. But a lot of movement, a lot of activity, a lot of change happening all the time. And again, they're showing me that your person is just sort of sitting there watching you. Again, not in a weird way, but it's like no matter what changes, you are there and they are there. You just don't notice them because there's so much going on. So this may be a place that you frequent, that you go to often, or Yeah. It's a place that you frequent, that you go to often, or that you go to often enough, where there are a lot of people and things happening. Could be a store even. Okay. All right. They're saying it's not a hectic place. It's not a crazy, like, place that would give you a headache or, put you off. It's a place you enjoy going to, frequenting, but it is a busy place, or it can be a very busy place. And when you go, it's often busy. Certainly when they are there, it's busy, and there's a lot of people coming and going, and that may be why you don't notice that they are also there. Okay. So when we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Hold on, I just want to make sure that's right. They're telling me it's in an opposite time of year. Maybe not month exactly. Opposite time of year from your birthday. So if your birthday is this month, it would be, sometime, the opposite time of year from now, 6 months from now. But it isn't necessarily 6 months from now, right? If whenever your birthday is, if it's the opposite time of year. If your birthday's in summer, it'll be in winter, that kind of thing. All right, what else? Okay. I don't know what that means. They're giving me the number 4, but I'm not sure what that means, so bear with me, yeah? Oh, they're saying it will be, so when, this is getting very specific, whenever your birthday is, go 6 months from that, and it will be plus or minus 4 weeks. So basically within a month of your unbirthday. Interesting. Okay, that's very specific. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So the advice for you from Spirit is the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay, the first thing they're saying is for you to keep an open mind. Not that they're saying they want you looking for this person or trying to find them, but be open to it. Especially when it happens. This person may not be who you suspect, but they will be better. And they will be better suited for you. If you meet someone you think, oh, I bet that's them, might not be that person. But the person that it is will be better suited for you. And they're saying that also in a general sense, even if you don't suspect who it is. This person may not be the type of person that you are either anticipating or that you're telling yourself you need to meet. Like, I will only date this kind of person, or this astrology sign, or someone who looks like XYZ or has this kind of job. They're saying the more open-minded you can be, the more easily this person will come into your life, and the more magical it will be when they do. Because they're not what you expect, and they're not what you think you need in some way, but they are much, much more than what you think you need. They're much more than that. And they're so much better for you in every way than the person would be if they were what you are telling yourself on paper that this person needs to be, if that makes sense. So toss the checklist out the window and just try to be open-minded, knowing that it doesn't have to be forever. Can be, might be, doesn't have to be. But give it a chance, because you might just be surprised. All right, group 3. Well, that to me was a fun little reading, but it does give you a great peek into the future and hopefully a little bit of hope and optimism for the next new love in your life. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes, your subscribes, your comments. I do love your comments. I read them all. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye, y'all.